All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions. And what's today's topic? Let's talk about gloves. And I'm going to talk about ironclad versus the ones from Harbor Freight, the Hardy. As you can tell, I mean, I've used, the Hardy gloves before. It's got the protection on the knuckles, and they make several different variations of this. So when you're out at Harbor Freight, you got to take a look at the rack. And they also come different sizes. And so the way they want you to approach this is to measure the palm of your hand here, the distance across the width. Let me show you a couple of slides and we'll continue. Okay, so you saw the slides on the Hardys and what I bought this time around. So these are pretty much shot. I've just destroyed these because I abuse the hell out of them, to be honest with you, in a lot of the metal fabrication and the woodworking and stuff that I do here in my shop, and I've destroyed them. So, okay, we're getting rid of those. Next up, these are real thick, heavy-duty cowhide kind of gloves. If I'm handling hot steel, like I'm heating up metal and I'm bending it, I will usually always wear these to avoid any kind of a serious burn, right? So these are real good, but you don't have real good dexterity, and they're a little awkward. They're real stiff, but they're stiff because these are so thick, and the stitching is incredible on these. I'll leave you a link below, but these are really good. I've had these over a decade now. They still make them, of course, but they're fantastic for things that you're going to do, like oxyacetylene, or you got a forge or anything where you're really heating something up. You got to be careful not to touch it. So that's what these are for. These other ones are more lightweight kind of stuff. I got these out at Harbor Freight too. They're okay. They're mainly for like gardening and screwing around outside and doing light kind of stuff, and my wife uses them, and they're still holding up well. They got some holes in them, and I've tore up the fingers in a couple of spots, but I'm still able to use them. More than got my money's worth out of them out at Harbor Freight. I have actually second pair here. These ones got destroyed, and so they're similar, and I'll probably throw these out. So some of these, my point is, are very disposable. They go, let's look at it like this, junky, moderate, and good for heavy duty use. Now the thick cowhide ones are good for heavy duty use, no doubt. I'm not using these gloves on a continuous basis, so I don't want to pay more money than I have to, so I look for the cost savings. Okay, so those are the ones I got this time. They're right here. I kind of did the measuring routine, but I also wanted something not tight fitting. I mean, I'm not doing, auto mechanic kind of work or technician work. It's home hobbyist kind of thing, so I wanted something that was comfortable. It felt breathable. I wanted something where you got good dexterity. I know that even though these have leather, the leather is thin. Okay, that was a big criticism, the leather's thin. Okay, I know that, okay, but for general round the shop use, MIG welding, stuff like that, not getting into the heavy duty hot stuff, these work fine because I feel like I really have that, I keep saying dexterity, but that's what it is, over a lot of the other gloves. So for me, the price is right because they're $5.99 less the 20%. That brings it to what, like about $4.80. Okay, so even if they last me 6 or 8 months, I feel like I got my money's worth. I mean, I'll leave you links below. There are other gloves that I've bought, and one pair I still have that actually, real good pair. I've had it for years. But I got these. The other criticism on these is the stitching. They say, well, the stitching's poor, and after just a little bit of use, the stitching starts to work its way free. That happened on the last pair of these that I had, and I know you shouldn't have to do this, but what I did is I put them together like with a clamp gently. I put some epoxy on there, put them together with a clamp, left them alone. There you go, and it worked. And I got more usage out of them. Now, if you got a sewing machine inside, of course, you can restitch these, no problem. I do. I just kind of lazy, and I didn't want to go through that trouble. And like I said, you shouldn't have to do that. But the two biggest downsides, the leather part of this is pretty thin, and the stitching, they say, is real poor. I'm going to work with the stitching. I mean, for $4.80, I wasn't expecting anything high-end. So I put these like right around that moderate range. I wouldn't call them junk because they're very useful. I would buy these again. I've got good experience with these. Another complaint is the Velcro back here, rubs on your wrist. Now, I don't know about the particular ones that person bought, but I slid these on because I read through all this stuff before I went out to buy them. I don't feel the Velcro rubbing on me at all. So I kind of disagree with that comment. Maybe just the pair that you bought or the type of glove that you bought. But these right here and this type of glove that I have, it doesn't have that problem. So I call them an okay, anywhere from lightweight to medium weight kind of a glove. I mean, really, and yeah, I'd buy them again. These, for me, these are an extra large. They go on easy, they're comfortable, and I got good control here, bending my fingers. Like I said, I just think that they're a nice fitting glove. And the reason why I chose these, I wanted something that had leather on them, but not so stiff that my hands sweat. And my hands breathe with these, and my hands don't sweat. So it's another reason why I like these. Now, what about the ironclad, which is all the way back here, at the bottom? Well, the ironclad, they're washable, and I suppose there might be a way to wash and clean these up. The ironclad ones are washable. I've got really good luck with ironclad too. This time around, I just decided after chewing these up, because like I said, I abused the daylights out of these gloves, I'm gonna try the Harbor Freight ones again. Last time around, they lasted me real well. And so I don't have a problem anywhere with these other than I'm a little weary about that stitching issue, but I'll figure out a way to work around that. I'll do an updated video if I run into that, but right now, I think these things are great. So I give it kind of 2 thumbs up, especially for the price. If you're gonna do some really heavy duty stuff, like I said, I abuse these things badly, but if you are like in an industrial environment, an automotive environment, somewhere where you're constantly using your gloves, this is probably not the product for you that you want to select. Take a look at the ironclad ones. I'll leave you the link right here. You might consider those, or especially if you're an auto technician, automotive, and whatever, you probably want something totally different than both of these. But if you just wanted something more heavy duty than these, for other industrial stuff like your construction work or whatever, check the link below. Otherwise, drop me a comment. Let me know what you use in your trade and what may be a good deal, and we'll post it for everybody. But these are my thoughts. I don't own all pairs of gloves, but you definitely, for hot stuff, want the thick rawhide leather ones. And for these around the shop use, these are very comfortable and I like them. So I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. I showed you the slides on the Harbor Freight ones. I showed you the ones on the ironclad. Take a look at them. It's in the description below. Click on them, read for yourself. Let me know what you think, okay? And by all means, if you're using something better and it's a good deal, drop it in the comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. You folks have a great day. Bye-bye.